What's going on, bros? You are tuned into the Investing Bros. I am T Shroom, and unfortunately, there is a crazy storm over my house right now. I'm going to show you guys here. I live in Gainesville here, and man, it is bad. The power has gone in and out already today, so there's a possibility that if the stream cuts out, you'll know why. But we're gonna press on here. We're gonna have some fun, and hopefully we won't get our internet or electricity shut down. So let's move ahead here. Kaspa seems to be breaking out. So we're gonna start off with the Kaspa charts here before we even get into Bitcoin. I've got a lot turned on here. We'll turn it off and bring it back, but we are getting ALGO on the daily chart. Go ahead and getting a green buy rating here. This is not financial advice, but this is an algorithmic outcome here that is good to see from a indicator such as ALGO. Now we have been able to get back up above a line of support that I have, a line of resistance that I have been watching for as far back as November, right? And that would be 12.5. So 12.5 has been moved up through. We haven't got a daily candle print fully on that yet. Because this candle here that I'm watching opened up down here at 12.4, so that could potentially come back down and close lower. But this is very bullish for Kaspa. All right. The other thing that I would want to do here is draw a line, a downtrending line of resistance here. So let's see. It may not have crossed this line quite yet. No, it has. So this is pretty bullish because until today we have not been able to break through. So this would be a retest to now flip support and then a breakout. So a lot of investors are going to be waiting until probably be able to observe this a little better on the 4 hour. Going to be waiting for this to round over and retest this line of support and make a move higher. If we don't get that breakout and we break back into this downturning line of what is now almost support, almost confirmed support, then that would be bearish. We probably test lower from there. But this is a happy day for Kaspa hodlers, right? Because and I count myself among them for sure. I think that Kaspa is a very strong project, and now the technicals are looking good. We've had lower lows for a while. We've had higher lows for a while. I'm sorry. Lower lows for a while and lower highs for a while, and that's bearish, right? Now, it's been all in coinciding with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's kind of test slower. So I'm not surprised. It hasn't shaken my conviction in Kaspa. But now that we are starting to see a higher high that could potentially be put in here, down on the 4 hour, a higher high has been put in. Or an exactly equal high. That's kind of crazy. So I'm sure there will be some calls for double tops here. But either way, we have gotten a breakout above this downtrending line of now support. So that's bullish. And we had a buy rating down here on the 4 hour as well for Kaspa from ALGO. Let's take a look at it here on the oscillators. ALGO got a double reversal delta here on the 4 hour, so that would be bearish. Hopefully you guys are still with me. The internet may have cut out by now and I'm just streaming to nobody. I'm not sure. Again, if you're just tuning in, I've got some crazy weather stuff going on here. On the weather radar you can see this red part. Hopefully we're almost through the worst of it, I think. You guys are coming with me on this weather journey here in North Central Florida. But, all right, let's jump back in here. So Kaspa overall looking bullish. Let's zoom out to the 1 day and take a look at the oscillators here from ALGO, the oscillator matrix. And, getting a higher high here. So more bullish momentum than we've seen in the previous tests higher. Yeah, these tests higher have been lame. They've been anemic. I mean, this one was the last real strong one, and that took a while. This one couldn't even really print above the midline of the Bollinger Band on the daily, and this move higher has not only gotten up above that midline, but it's also pushed above the downtrending line of support. So it's hard to find very much bearishness on the charts outside of the fact that we haven't technically printed a higher high here quite yet. So once we get that, that'll obviously be pretty compelling for, I believe, even heavier rotation into the coin of Kaspa. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Wanted to get into that really quick in case the stream cut out, but that's Kaspa. It's doing well. I haven't sold my bags. I would say that I have paused my DCA into Kaspa over the last probably month and a half to be able to allocate into newer projects that I like, such as Pendle and Ondo and Stacks. And those have been okay so far. Since I bought them, they've gone a little bit lower, right? But that's how it goes sometimes. You just got to hold what your convictions are. Crux of Crypto said Kaspa for the win. Absolutely. Guys, there's a few headlines that I want to get to. We're going to cover some comments here from Jack Dorsey, Charles Hoskinson, and some interesting potential decentralized government headlines, not for America, but for a country that you may be surprised to see news coming out of for crypto and de-government. So we'll get into that in just a second. But let's go ahead and jump over to the Bitcoin charts. These are the charts for the one and only, the king of crypto. That, of course, is Bitcoin. Nice. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. The battleground for the day. This is I'm going right for the alpha, right for the jugular of the alpha here, is the midline of the Bollinger Band. Right. You can kind of clear everything off and just look right at the 20-day moving average here and see that is the same thing. You can see that we are fighting for that midline of the Bollinger Band, really wanting to get up above 63.150 is really the line right here today that we're trying to get up above. A print up above that would really start to cement the momentum of this rally higher. Because right now, we've had basically, I wouldn't call them on all-out bull traps, but you've had basically two fake outs of what are essentially very textbook, breakouts to the upside of descending wedges. You've had one here out of this much bigger descending wedge, broke out, it didn't really go anywhere. Man, you can hear that thunder? I'm not sure if you can hear it or not. Oh, my dogs are getting scared coming into the studio. But then you also had this other descending wedge here, much smaller, had a breakout. Go down to the 4 hour for this. Went down to the 4 hour. Going down to the 4 hour, had the breakout of this descending wedge, and this has been a better breakout, right? This has been a little bit of a better breakout. So, Bitcoin looking pretty bullish, looking pretty strong going into the weekend here. We'll see. I mean, there's definitely a lot of hope going into the weekend because the weekend sometimes can get more allocation than the weekday, with Wall Street being much more dominant. You can potentially get a little bit more manipulation, a little bit more selling, a little bit more just kind of swing traders trading the market on the weekly, versus just folks going ahead and buying in when there's a little bit lower volume on the weekend. So, all right, well, that's going to be Bitcoin. That's going to be Kaspa. Overall, I think both of these projects are going to do extremely well. I don't know if calling Bitcoin a project seems wrong. I don't think it is a project. But let's go ahead and hear from old Jack Dorsey saying he's predicting Bitcoin will be valued at $1 million by 2030. Let me know, chat. Wasn't Cathie Wood's prediction 1.5? I want to say that she had a higher prediction for Bitcoin by 2030. Yeah, according to this headline from Anthony Pompliano, Bitcoin could reach 1.5 million. That's what I thought her prediction was. Cathie Woods reiterated her 1.5 million price target, for 2030. So Jack Dorsey coming in under Cathie Woods' bullish price prediction. He's being a little bit more conservative here. Of course, Jack Dorsey, former founder of Twitter. Some people don't like him. So there you go. But he's a big proponent of Bitcoin today with his with the company Block, which operates Cash App. I didn't want to cover this story yesterday, and I'm glad I waited because now we have a little bit more of a resolution on what's going on here. Binance fired investigator who uncovered market manipulation as client DWF Labs. So not going to get into the mire here. Will this affect your crypto portfolio? I think if you're probably not, to be honest with you. I think that this is going to be something that maybe hits Binance. I think over time it could potentially be, bearish for the industry, but I don't think this is really going to be that big of a deal. I think it's something that probably is a holdover from the old Binance regime. Of course, has been taken over. I want to say in November of last year was when we got the headline, or was it this year? Whenever CZ was, basically forced to step down. I think that was late last year, and then a new regime kind of stepped in. My guess is that this, to the extent that there was manipulation going on at DWF, it was likely a result of the old regime system. But that question will now be raised by global regulators. Is Binance only reformed in name only, or are they still operating, naughty operations for the world's criminals potentially? Charles Hoskinson debates Biden's crypto policy, urges vote crypto in 2024. So that's really probably one of the best summations of what I've seen of yesterday. Yesterday got political. The news was very political. But I really like what Charles is saying here is just vote crypto, right? Now, there's some meaning to that, and that meaning is very pro-Trump, in my opinion. And I think that Charles, is kind of hinting at that, right? It's not so much that it's pro-Trump as much as it is anti-Biden, I would even venture to say. And it's evidenced by things like this. The White House claimed rejecting the rule SAB 121, would weaken the SEC's investor and financial systems protection. They strongly stated if the president were presented with a motion to essentially kind of neuter SAB 121, that he would be presented, that he would veto it. Right. So overall, it's pretty chaotic. And it may only get more chaotic. The political aspect, the election campaign aspect of crypto, but it is pretty simple. I think for crypto holders, there's kind of one side to vote for. It seems you can kind of make an argument that maybe RFK might be worth voting for, but in my humble opinion, you vote however you want. But if you are a conservative, if you are a Republican, which I'm not assuming you are, in the same way that I don't want you to assume that I am necessarily, a vote for RFK is a vote allowing Biden to win, especially if you're in a swing state. A vote for RFK is a vote that it's not so much that you're throwing away your vote, because I don't think you're throwing away a vote, but you are not voting for Trump, not voting for crypto. And it's so difficult to avoid politics, guys. Look, I have friends on both sides of the aisles that I love dearly. I think that people come before politics. If you're listening to the sound of my voice, you're like, oh, T-Shroom is getting so political. Just relax. It's just a system. The media has spun it up into this emotional frenzy of, if you're a Republican, that's your core identity. If you're a Democrat, that's your core identity. Be whatever you want to be. Be whatever you want to be. The leaders, however, this time around, those who are running for president, are pretty clear about their stance on crypto, which is one of the things that we cover here, one of the things we invest in at the Investing Bros. Senza said, "We are adults. If someone can't stand politics, they need to grow up." I think that's saying it pretty well. Saying it pretty well there for sure. Kyle Fields says, "Is Benzinga reputable? Always reads like FUD in my opinion." Benzinga definitely reputable. I would say that they're coming from TradFi, so they're not like they're Wall Street. They're Wall Street media. They've been that for a while, so they may have a little bit of a bearish slant, a bit of a FUD slant. It's perhaps. But let's keep moving here. Good eye there, Kyle. Binance KuCoin win registration in India's financial intelligence unit. Last I checked, the intelligence unit is not the end all be all, but maybe that's what's going on here. Maybe India has their have nested their SEC within a financial intelligence unit. I'm not sure. Clearly, there's a lot more than I need to know about the Indian government. But Binance and KuCoin getting registration there, that's definitely positive. Exiled Russian opposition leader launches blockchain-based referendum on Vladimir Putin's election win. This one's very interesting here. I think this kind of opens up the conversation a little bit more, brings it to the main stage, that blockchain can be used for elections. And it should be. The new Arbitrum-powered tool could give Russians critical of Putin a way to anonymously voice their displeasure. Very interesting. His name is Mark Fagin, maybe, launching an anonymous blockchain-powered referendum on the legitimacy of Vladimir Putin's victory in Russian elections. So, yeah, it's still political. Yeah, we're not going to get too much into this because I doubt that you care too much about Russian politics, but this could potentially be bullish for Arbitrum. If this does become a meme in Russia, there could be, and folks critical of the Kremlin, folks critical of Putin, could potentially be caught up in a meme frenzy. We'll see. But this episode's brought to you all by iTrustCapital. It's who we trust for our crypto IRAs. So you can enter a tax advantage account to save a bundle on your tax bill this year to the IRS. Go ahead and click the link in the description for a free $100 when you set up an account and fund that account. You're going to get a free $100. You could potentially use that to buy your first crypto if you're a first-time crypto investor. And you have everything to gain and nothing to lose really from this because, once you get that free $100, you're going to be invested in crypto and you're going to be on the way to an excellent retirement, market permitting for sure. So head on over, click the link in the description, and you're going to have a really good time there. All right, bros. Unfortunately, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream early just because I have some dogs that are very scared of the thunderstorm, and I want to go ahead and get this broadcast out cleanly in case the internet does shut off. I'm still hearing the thunder. I'm still seeing that the weather is kind of crazy, so I'm gonna sign off. But thank you so much for tuning in. It is very, very good that you all tune in. Thank you so much. And if you're trading today, keep those stop losses tight and stay hydrated. We'll be going live today at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and tomorrow I'm going to have the CEO, I believe he's a CEO, Mark from Ifani. Ifani is going to be coming off. He's going to be coming onto the show on Saturday. We're going to be talking about America's most secure mobile services. We're going to be talking SIM swaps, and we're going to be talking, which are bad. They're not good. You don't want a SIM swap. And that's what Ifani does, is they protect your mobile plan and they protect your mobile device as well from SIM swaps and other security risks. Excellent product. We love it. All right. So go ahead and tune in 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. And you'll be glad you did. Thank you so much for tuning in, bros. We'll see you then.
Trying to make paper, turn that better to cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots, stack bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros. Army pipe, lethal on trade. Entries and exits, worthy of praise. Tim, the professor of the TA. Shout it out loud on the PA. T-Shrooms news, got the word. Doing better than what he deserves. Beamer, leave no evidence. Soon fly coop with his dividend. Trying to make paper, turn that better to cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots, stack bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros.